Hi there, folks. Welcome to DocTalk. I'm Dr. Dan Thomson. I'm sure glad that you joined us today on the show. We're going to have a very special guest, Dr. Rodger Main, who is the director of the Veterinary Diagnostic Lab at Iowa State University. We're going to talk about new technologies and new things that are happening here in the world of veterinary diagnostics at Iowa State University's College of Veterinary Medicine. Stay tuned.
Closed captioning brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff Progress, powered by Kansas farmers.
This hog is Hanover hoof for meal made from U.S. soybeans. Now, one hog isn't that impressive, but suppose we add another, and another, and another. Before long, you've got billions of hungry customers around the world all clamoring for the same thing. Our soybeans. Learn more about the billion-dollar appetite of animal agriculture at BeyondTheElevator.com. Brought to you by America's soybean farmers and their checkoff.
DocTalk, brought to you by Brown Chevrolet Buick. In Wamego, just a short drive down the yellow brick road.
Rodger, welcome to the show.
Good morning. Glad to be here, Dan.
Folks, this is Dr. Rodger Main, and he's the director of Veterinary Diagnostic Lab here at Iowa State University. And it's special for me to be on the road, being an Iowa State alum, and you the same, and to be back here in Ames and spend some time with you all here at the College of Veterinary Medicine.
Well, welcome, and we're glad you're here.
Well, it's always fun to come home.
Yep.
And you direct the Veterinary Diagnostic Lab, and I think a lot of times people don't understand the D-Lab or, you know, the projects and services that you supply. So what are, just let's give a little background as to what you...
Kind of who we are and what we do, And so we have the Diagnostic Lab at Iowa State University is a team of about 25 faculty and a little over 100 staff, technical staff. And we're housed here at the College of Veterinary Medicine here at Iowa State. And we really have a tripartite mission, but the core mission, the leading mission is service. And so we serve as the reference laboratory for practicing veterinarians who send us all kinds of pieces, parts, samples, submissions, and so on from the state of Iowa, but then from, especially in swine, from all over the country. And so essentially we're their reference diagnostic laboratory.
Cool. And Iowa State is unique in the fact that your emphasis on some of the food animal.
Yes, right. So we're a fully accredited, full-service laboratory, and that provides comprehensive diagnostic services. So that means services across all of the different ologies or the diagnostic disciplines. But we have about 95% of our service work is related towards food animal medicine.
Right.
Food animal practitioners.
So what are let's jump into, some of the programs or some of the things, some of the happenings here at Iowa State's Veterinary Diagnostic Lab.
Right. So I think one of the things that people would be surprised about, Dan, is that the amount of really state-of-the-art technologies that are being used to monitor and improve and manage the health of our food supply or our production animal medicine. And as one example is just here locally at our laboratory has seen a very significant increase in the utility of diagnostics over the past number of years. At some scale, we process something a little over 1,000 cases a week. So last year we did something north of 55,000 case submissions, and that's so it's a little over 1,000 boxes that come in, again from Iowa and throughout the country each week that have this kind of wide range of diagnostic testing and evaluation that's done. And one of the larger growth areas has been in the use of molecular diagnostics and genetic sequencing technology. So molecular diagnostics or PCR diagnostics are state-of-the-art tools for detection, presence, absence of specific diseases. The vast majority of that is same-day testing. And then we do an awful lot of genetic sequencing of specific viruses in particular to help practitioners better understand the epidemiology of where these different viruses have come from and how they can use that information to enhance their, whether that's vaccine-based decisions and or specifically proactive management decisions to not only say diagnose disease, but moreover to prevent disease.
Well, it's kind of like the CSI for food animals.
Absolutely, absolutely.
When we'll take a break now, but when we come back, we'll have more about veterinary diagnostics with Dr. Rodger Main here at Iowa State University.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
Tallgrass Commodities offers producers bulk commodities at a reasonable price with reliable service throughout the whole Midwest. To find out more about Tallgrass Commodities, visit tallgrass.us or call 785-494-8484.
DocTalk, brought to you by Santa Fe Trail Meats in Overbrook, or visit us online at sftmeats.com.
Welcome back to DocTalk. I'm Dr. Dan Thomson here with Dr. Rodger Main, who is the director of the Veterinary Diagnostic Laboratory at Iowa State University's College of Veterinary Medicine, and we've been having a discussion about the Veterinary Diagnostic Lab in general and the transition to molecular diagnostics. But one of the things that I think that people don't understand is how important the Veterinary Diagnostic Lab is to food security and food safety.
Right. So, kind of in short, I think we all, with a working understanding that healthy animals means safe food.
Yep.
And so the diagnostic laboratory is our folks here. We have a team of very talented diagnosticians and a very committed team of staff that work behind those folks. But those diagnosticians are really on the front lines that are working on a daily basis. And I mentioned in the previous segment about 1,000 times a week that there's a direct touch to an individual practitioner that's out there working with producers on farms, looking after the health of their animals. And so we really play a significant role at the laboratory of supporting our local practitioners who are working in turn with their producers to do all that we can to help ensure that we have a healthy livestock industry, and more importantly, a safe and sustainable source of protein to feed our people. And of course, a big thing in animal agriculture has occurred too is the growth of our export. Our export meat animal industries has been nothing short of phenomenal, and that's a sustainable thing for our states, our economies, to help protect that market access to trade.
Well, we did a survey. I do some consulting for McDonald's Corporation. Did a survey globally and asked the consumers to define animal welfare and food safety. And the two things that came up from that survey: number one, the consumer associates a healthy food product or a safe food product coming from a healthy animal.
You bet.
And an animal that's healthy is one that's well taken care of.
That's right. That's right. And I think that's very correct. And there's not a whole lot more than maintaining the health of the animal that has a direct impact on its well-being.
Yes.
And I think one of the things that's probably had been one of the most significant changes in our diagnostic arena has been the use of proactive surveillance-based diagnostics. And so these diagnostics are truly being done on the front end to say is how do we really promote the health, well-being, and ultimately the welfare of the animals that are being reared to ensure we have this not only productive industries that we serve, but moreover a very safe product that is going into the food chain.
Yep, we're going to take another break, but I think it's important to understand that the profession, veterinary profession, is key to animal welfare and food safety. And within our profession, what you're doing on a day-to-day basis in our veterinary diagnostic lab, you're kind of the front door to that all.
Sure, we definitely provide a significant role from delivering state-of-the-art technology and tools to our practitioners who are working producers on the farms on a daily basis.
That's great. Thanks for watching Doc Talk. More with Dr. Rodger Main from Iowa State University as Doc Talk is on the road after the break.
The Kansas Wheat Innovation Center in Manhattan is rediscovering ways to get improved varieties and new genetics in the hands of farmers faster. Grower-led and checkoff-funded research initiatives are bringing about positive change. This grassroots leadership provides a strong voice in Topeka and Washington, D.C. Now is the time to partner with Kansas Wheat in moving wheat forward. Kansas Wheat Commission and Kansas Association of Wheat Growers. Farmers investing in their future and yours. Log on to rediscoverwheat.org.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
Buying a car shouldn't be this hard. And at Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego, it isn't. It's actually awesome. Whether you want a new or used car or truck, Toby's team can make the deal. Even if you want to custom order a new car or truck, Toby's team can make the deal. See Toby's team at Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego. We're awesome.
The BQA Tip of the Day, sponsored by Beringer Engelheim Vetmedica Inc.
Hey there folks, welcome to today's BQA Tip of the Day. Today we're going to talk about injection sites. The first thing, location of that injection. We want to make sure that we go in the target area of the neck, that's the triangle with the vertebral column, the point of the shoulder, and above the jugular vein. After we look at the location, we want to select the proper needle. I use 16 and 18 gauge needles most all the time for all injections of cattle. For sub-Q injections, I will use a 5/8 inch needle or a 1/2 inch needle. For IM or intramuscular injections, we'll use a 1 inch to 1.5 inch needle. Sub-Q injections should be administered at a 45-degree angle, and the IM will be perpendicular straight into the neck of the calf. That is today's BQA Tip of the Day.
This is the fast track to more jobs and America's energy independence. Advanced performance is here, now. Biodiesel, America's advanced biofuel.
Soil is the life of a farm, and for 25 years, SureCrop Liquid Crop Nutrition has helped growers produce abundant quality crops while preserving and improving the soils they steward. SureCrop offers complete soil and plant analysis with cropping recommendations, delivery direct to your on-farm storage, and quality crop nutrition custom blended for your field. Choose SureCrop for the assurance of excellence for your soil. Call today or visit their website for more information.
No matter where, no matter why, the Veterinary Health Center at Kansas State University is committed to providing quality patient care to animals and exceptional customer service to their owners. From routine checkups to emergency and specialty care, our world-renowned specialists and experienced professionals are here to discover, to teach, and to heal.
Let us know.
How can I help?
How can we help?
DocTalk, brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers.
Hi there folks, welcome back to DocTalk. I'm Dan Thomson and I'm here with Dr. Rodger Main, who's the director of the Veterinary Diagnostic Laboratory here at Iowa State University's College of Veterinary Medicine. Tickled to death to pry you away. I know how busy you are and come in here, but you know, when we talked about diagnostics and the importance, and we had mentioned during the break some of these transboundary diseases, right. Understanding the importance. I don't think people understand the importance of food security and why we have the diagnostic labs set up the way that we do.
Right. Well, one recent example that we've definitely been right in the middle of here at Iowa State recently has been in the spring of 2013 in May. There was a new virus, or a virus that was new to the U.S. That was introduced that causes diarrhea in pigs and definitely a high degree of mortality in neonatal pigs when they're first infected, when the breeding farms are first infected. And just to give you an example of kind of how something like that plays out, and so, I mean, how that starts, it all starts with a case, right? Where the practicing veterinarian is working with a farmer, they see some pigs of ill health, they submit samples to the diagnostic lab, and then it's really that interaction between the practitioner and the diagnostician going back and forth to say, how do we figure this out? And just to give you an example of how the lab plays a front line in that is to say that starts with a case, and then it's like, but then it's not solved, and so then we involve our more research-focused diagnosticians, and this is in a matter of days, not weeks or months, to say we got this case, it's not resolving. What could it be? What is this? Are there diseases elsewhere in the world that look like this, present like this? And to give you an example, then within a matter of really 10 days of that initial submission, we were able to run what's called a PCR that's specific just for a family of viruses, and says, well, that family of viruses is in there, and look at it under an electron microscope to say, well, there, I can see it, right? And then we run these molecular sequencing technologies to say it's this virus, know the genome of the virus, and then not only know what virus it is, but where in the world it came from.
Good grief.
Within a matter of days. And then, of course, then the lab is on the front lines of, well, how do we develop high-throughput PCR assays to get that those diagnostic tools onboarded here so they can be offered to the industry as the industry works through, well, how are we going to contain, control, and manage this new disease that has been introduced into our country.
So then the from start to finish, from the case from out in the field to having the virus identified and replicated within 10 days.
Yes, it was basically over a 2-week period from the time of that first case coming in to the U.S. Department of Agriculture announcing we now have this new disease that's been entered into the U.S.
It's remarkable, and the importance to that. We got about 30 seconds before the break, but your funding and keeping this is so vital for the economy of the United States.
Sure. So we play a really frontline role, and then we're very fortunate to that we have as far as a very close relationship with our stakeholders, meaning our clients who are the veterinarians, and then the commodity groups who are support them, and between that and our relationship here at the college and with the Iowa Department of Agriculture, it's a really I think it's probably one of the most classic working examples of the tripartite mission of the land grant institutions in action on a daily basis.
That's great. After the break, we'll come back and have a conclusion with Dr. Rodger Main. You're watching DocTalk, and we're glad that you joined us.
Tar Waters has what you need for all seasons for around the farm and home. Working, hunting, growing, feeding, snow removal, even fun for the kids. And a service department with experienced techs to help keep your equipment in top running condition. Tar Waters has a huge selection and the best prices. Tarwater Farm and Home, family owned and operated since 1978. They have what you need.
American innovation is being driven in places you might not expect by people like Brent Hayek, an Oklahoma family farmer, who recently set a world land speed record in a Ford Super Duty pickup truck powered by renewable B20 biodiesel. Advanced performance is here, now, putting America on the fast track to more jobs and energy independence. Biodiesel, America's advanced biofuel.
Tallgrass Commodities offers producers bulk commodities at a reasonable price with reliable service throughout the whole Midwest. To find out more about Tallgrass Commodities, visit tallgrass.us or call 785-494-8484.
Meet the Veterinarian, brought to you by Zuprevo. Choose confidence. Choose Zuprevo for BRD treatment. Dr. Doug Ford is the owner of Beaver Creek Veterinary Clinic, located in Brush, Colorado. He is also a partner in Production Animal Consultation, a science-driven, people-focused group of advisors serving animal protein producers worldwide. Doug and his wife Jan are the proud parents of 5 adult children, and as a family, they are passionate stewards of their ranches and livestock.
Hello friends, I'm Ernie Rodina.
And I'm Dawn Dawson with the Better Horses Radio Show.
For over 9 years, we've been bringing the Better Horses Radio Show to markets all across the Midwest. We talk about God, lots about horses.
We talk about cows, we talk about horse health, we talk to top trainers, and we even talk about Roy Rogers.
We are having a blast with Better Horses Radio Show and would love to take it to a market near you.
So visit our website at betterhorsesradio.com and let us or your local radio station know you'd like to hear it in your area.
The Better Horses Radio Show is unbelievable.
Turn to a Central National Bank Ag Professional. You'll be in good company. They'll help you track expense lines, manage variable input costs, assess ground agreements, pick a crop protection plan. These times demand Ag Professionals. Central National Bank. You could profit from what they know. Ag operations run better on Central Time.
Central National Bank, money for life.
Member FDIC in your hometown since 1884.
This segment is brought to you by Tarwater Farm and Home. Come on by, we'll treat you like family.
Hi there, folks. Welcome back to DocTalk. I'm Dr. Dan Thomson here with Dr. Rodger Main, who's the director of the Veterinary Diagnostic Laboratory at Iowa State University's College of Veterinary Medicine, and we're talking about diagnostics and incredible technology that y'all have, and amazing 10 days from the time a practitioner sees the disease in the field and all of a sudden we know what's going on. What's next? I mean, there's some limitations out there, and what are some things we have to do?
We've definitely learned a lot, continue to learn every day.
Yep.
This introduction of this new disease into the U.S. swine herd, essentially, and unfortunately, once this new disease got into what would otherwise be a naive population as a U.S. herd, so to speak, it's definitely shown its ability to spread quite quickly. And so there's a lot of parallels that we're saying, well, how do we learn from this to make us better in the future? And one of the key components that we're working in cooperation with our peer diagnostic labs, including Kansas State, is being how do we enhance our animal health information management networks, if you will, because that is an area that really has some opportunity to improve, to really enhance the country's preparedness and readiness to manage new diseases as we whether that's eradicating diseases that we have,
yep,
or containing new diseases that may occur in the future. And it's really all about how do we get user-friendly systems in place that can readily link, whether that's an animal movement or a diagnostic submission, back to a specific herd, and get it in a network that the folks that need that access to that information, meaning the practitioner, producer groups, state animal health officials in the case of regulatory diseases, to say where we have seamless systems in which information can move. Because one thing we've learned for sure about this is, so much of animal agriculture today it runs on wheels.
Yep.
The amount of trucks, right? So the amount of animal movement that occurs in this country is tremendous, and all of that movement and the transition of animal agriculture to segregated systems of production has really been built around enhancing the animal health,
yep,
welfare, well-being,
yep,
and productivity. And we've sure seen that, and which has played a significant role in enhancing the well-being of the industries and the competitiveness in the global marketplace, which is what's a significant reason why the U.S. exports has increased so dramatically in recent years. And so it's how do we enhance our information management infrastructure such that we're in a position such that those market accesses are sustainable.
Well, at the end of the day, you've got tremendous technology, and we need to be able to trace animal movements.
Right.
So.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks a million for being on the show.
You bet. Thanks, Dan.
Always a pleasure to come back to.
I'm glad you could come visit us here at the College of Vet Med at Iowa State.
Well, thanks for taking the time out, and thank you for watching DocTalk. If you want to know more about what we do at DocTalk, you can find us on the web at www.doctalktv.com. Remember, always work with your local practitioner. We're sure glad you joined us. I'm Dr. Dan Thomson from Kansas State University, and I'll see you down the road.
Closed captioning brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission, The Soybean Checkoff Progress, powered by Kansas farmers.